Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending today's Zoom. My name is Kalpesh Patel, and I am super excited to share information with you that could blow you away. The important thing is that you pay attention, put all distractions aside, and give yourself 100% of the opportunity to listen to what we're sharing for the next 35 minutes. And I promise you it's going to be worth it. If you don't, you might miss something that's crucial for you, and that could be costly. So all questions will be addressed at the end openly. And the intention here, the request is that you listen with intention. And the intention that you want to listen with is how can this opportunity help you to improve the quality of your life, wherever you are at. Everyone's in a different place, and we appreciate that. So see if you can listen from and watch from a place of, I wonder how this can make a difference to where I'm at and what I'm up to in the world. All right. So we've got an income disclaimer, very quickly, just whiz through that. All opportunities involve risk. Now, we know that. All adults here, we're all intelligent. We know that opportunities involve risk. In today's world, unfortunately, many of the risks are so in your face and obvious, but still so many people get hurt because they fail to do due diligence. And so I recommend everybody does due diligence before you put your name to anything. And so today's presentation is just factual, no hype, no fluff, just facts. And all of the facts that I share with you on this Zoom are verifiable, all documented in the real world. And so whoever's invited you here has done so with a massive heart, and they will make available to you as much due diligence as you need to make a powerful decision by the end of this presentation. So the company we want to talk about is HyperTech Group. They are the world's strongest blockchain alliance, not just words, not a fancy sentence to start the presentation, but literally the backdrop of everything I'm going to share with you over the next half an hour or so. So there's 4 pillars that make up HyperTech Group. The first one is called digitalx.com. They were founded in 2014, and they were the first blockchain company in the world to be listed as an IPO, and that was done on the Australian Stock Exchange. The founder of this company, of this group, fought regulators and governments and institutions globally for years to, if you like, legalize the blockchain industry. He's been a real pioneer right from day one, since 2009. He also launched another company in 2014 with his business partner, and they launched Blockchain Global back then. Blockchain Global is a $300 million plus invested of their own money into 80 successful projects that are all blockchain related, including Nem and Tron. Again, if you're familiar with the industry, you know those brands. They are dominant. And these guys own both of those companies, multi-billion-dollar brands. Today, Blockchain Global advises companies in the Fortune 500 list and governments. It's become a multi-billion-dollar publicly listed group of companies on the Australian Stock Exchange with offices all over the world. The third company, Coinstar Capital, again, founded in 2015, a year later, but already established itself as the biggest VC company in the world in the blockchain space, publicly listed on the Australian Stock Exchange as well, with $400 million of his own money invested in other people's projects as a VC, as an investor. The gentleman that I'm going to introduce you to has funded 40 plus cryptocurrency exchanges in the world and 12 of the top 20 cryptocurrencies globally. Another multi-billion-dollar public listed group. And last but not least, HyperCash, his very own cryptocurrency, just like Bitcoin. This one's got a big twist to it. It's been around for 4 years. And the big twist is that this company, HyperCash, was set up to work directly with IBM to solve a problem that didn't even exist when the company was set up. And that is quantum resistant security. Some of you may be aware, not all of you might be. Quantum computers have been invented and they are on their way on a massive scale. And when they come into the world, all old computing, right up to supercomputers, the most powerful computers in the world today, become redundant as far as power is concerned, and especially where security is concerned. And so IBM and HyperTech Group is working closely together to solve that problem. Governments have funded this organization. Research and development is done by top universities around the world. The gentleman behind this, Ryan Zhu, you saw him, if you were here early enough, in that brief clip that I shared of the documentary on Amazon Prime. Ryan Zhu is the founder of Coinstar Capital, the multi-billion-dollar company that I shared about, all of the stuff I've shared about so far. And Coinstar funded Binance. Again, if you're in the industry, you know Binance. They're the #1 blockchain crypto exchange on planet Earth. They transact billions a day, and Ryan funded them on day one. When CZ had no money but a big idea, Ryan gave him the money to get started, and the rest, as they say, is history. So a shareholder in Binance, but also a shareholder in 40 plus cryptocurrencies in the world, exchanges in the world, such as OKX, BitDAM, etc. Some of the biggest names that you've heard of, Ryan has funded them. He also owns ZB.com and BW.com. He funded Ripple. You may have heard of that one. Monero, Tether, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and many others. So he's a real prominent figure. Everyone in the space knows him as the Martian. He's world famous within the blockchain industry amongst the who's who. And not only does he own up to 60% of some of those cryptocurrencies, he started mining Bitcoin in 2009, a self-made multi-billionaire with 3 cryptocurrencies of his own in the world. HyperCash I've shared about. He also owns Molecular of the Future, a microfinancing project that is also in the top 100 coin market cap coins in the world consistently, along with HyperCash. And his most recent project, which is a macro financing project, is HyperDAO. So all asset-backed tokens publicly available in exchanges around the world. Ryan has listed many companies on stock exchanges globally, Tokyo Stock Exchange, Australian Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, etc. He's focused on the blockchain industry, and he's a majority shareholder of 5 of the many companies he's listed and helped to list. His business partner is Sam Lee, also a well-known blockchain early adopter and expert. He speaks often in different forums and arenas around the world around blockchain, been invited to the United Nations and World Economic Forum as well, where he's spoken about blockchain. They've opened up blockchain centers together all over the world. There are 16 of them. The plan is to open 300. And then there's, of course, we've got interviews on all the top big channels. And as mentioned before, Fortune 500 companies are their clients, as well as government contracts globally. And there are so many slides like this in the due diligence. I deleted most of them. This was like a 200 plus slide deck when I first got it, but I got it. I understood, and then I just deleted everything and narrowed it down to a 35-minute overview. So here you can see the world's first MOU signed with a blockchain company was Blockchain Global for the Australian Trade and Investment Commission. In fact, in all of Australia, the first blockchain agreement signed was with these guys. Here, a Russian government-owned bank signing an agreement to implement blockchain technology there. Here, they are opening centers with the ambassador of Indonesia, the chairman of the SEC in Montenegro, Geneva delegation, the big authorities and fintech companies of Bangkok, and another MOU signed with Denmark. And like I said, there's so many of these, it was surreal. They've literally showed up the whole world at government level when it comes to blockchain consulting and implementation. So I want to ask you with this group, think about it, like really give it some thought. And just to add to that, in the last 6 years, they've built this not $1 billion company, not $2 billion companies, not 3, not 4, not 5, multiple billion-dollar companies and multi-billion-dollar companies, all in 6 years. And if they haven't built them, they funded pretty much most of the biggest projects that exist in the world today of blockchain and crypto. So when they come into the direct selling industry and reach out to you and say, listen, now we're ready to work with you, the public. We want to build the world's biggest blockchain community so that we can have users for all of this amazing technology that we continually deliver into the world, because what's missing is education and awareness. The masses are not in yet, but they are coming. So again, I ask you, when somebody like this knocks on your door and offers you an opportunity to partner with them to make your next fortune, what is your response? See, this is a genuine profit share opportunity, the first I've seen in my 24 years of direct selling. You can become a promoter with HyperTech Group and take advantage of the biggest wealth transfer of our lifetime, which is taking place right now. Trillions of dollars are pouring into the blockchain space, and the decentralized finance space is the most exciting of all. And this decade is going to be just dominated. Already the last 4 or 5 years is beginning to show signs of that, but really the next decade is all about mass adoption. So mass adoption is coming. Do you want to be ahead of that curve, in the middle of it, or at the end of it? And the fortunes are always made when you can get in just before the masses jump in. The toughest Wild West phase is over. The high risk, massive loss phase has passed us over the last 5, 6 years. And now HyperTech Group is making history, and they are offering you a share in their wealth creation journey. Are you up for the plan? Are you up for the challenge? See, this is how the company makes money, and that's why I say it's a genuine profit share opportunity. First of all, they are one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency miners. They've been mining since 2009. As you saw in that short documentary, they purchased almost 20% of the world's supply of mining equipment in 2014, just for starters, and have built massive farms globally since. Secondly, they are market makers. They own so much stock of Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the Monero, Ripple, the coins that they own, and other various projects that they funded. They own so much stock of the coins, the tokens, that when they go to the market and buy or sell, the market moves in the direction they choose. Think about that for a second. 95% of traders are retail traders. They lose their shirts to the market makers. So what would you rather do? Go and learn to trade crypto or trade something and hope to win against the people that make the decisions, or flip it and work with them, where they are now sat on the side that always wins. They say the house always wins. These guys, when it comes to crypto, are the house. So now we partner with the house. They angel invest. They're like the Dragon's Den or the Shark Tank of blockchain. When new projects come up, these guys have got the deep pockets and the experience. 11 years in the industry, 6 years with listed companies globally dominating the space. They've got an eye for what works and what doesn't work, and they are aggressively funding the whole industry, and now they're going to give us an opportunity to get into that part with them. They also launch projects of their own. Imagine every time they launch projects in the future, we'll be partnered with them. They stake projects, giving people the opportunity to earn fixed returns every month. They list other people's tokens on big exchanges around the world. This brings in huge revenue and tons of free tokens. Now, they will only be listing tokens or projects that they believe in. So if they find a project they believe in that's already been tokenized, and they list that token, and that token they feel is going to go up massively in value, and they get paid in cash, but also they get paid in the token. Can you see the genius of it? And then also they own cryptocurrency exchanges. They funded the biggest exchange and many other of the big exchanges in the world, and make fees every time somebody buys or sells cryptocurrency. And now they're saying to us, we're ready for the public to join forces. Why? Because it's huge. The industry is massive. They're playing in the billions, and the industry is ready to take on trillions in the coming years. So they're just gearing up. They're just leveraging, they're scaling, they're getting ready to scale massively in partnership with the public, and they're happy to share the profits. So the next goal they have lined up is a $300 billion IPO by building the world's biggest blockchain community. That's the missing piece. We are the solution to their next big goal. They've got the infrastructure, they've got the history, they've got the story, they've got the brochure. They've got the best brochure anyone could ever want for an IPO. Every big IPO over the last 15 odd years, not every, a lot of the big IPOs, the Facebooks, WhatsApps, Instagrams, et cetera, Snapchat, whatnot, multi-billion-dollar IPOs and $100 billion plus IPOs, none of them had profits on their books. They were in deep losses. Here we've got a group that's in technology that even if it was in losses could be worth billions, hundreds of billions, like Facebook and others like that. But they're making profits. They're like hugely, they've just turned zero into billions in 6 years. So imagine that, introducing the fifth pillar of the group, which is HyperTech Global. That's where we get to play with them in the big boys' playground, if you like, or the big girls' playground if you're female, right? So this is the place where it all happens. So income option number one. HyperTech Global is the world's most credible passive income program available, certainly to my knowledge. And the reason for that is that these guys are documented, the number one players in the world in the blockchain space. Everything they do is at the highest level, and they're now offering us an opportunity to work with them. So when you join this community, the goal is the biggest community in the world of blockchain people. When you join this community, number one, most people do not know anything about blockchain. So again, if you're one of those that is unfamiliar with half the things I've spoken about, don't worry. I was in a similar boat 8 months ago when I signed up to this. All right, although now I'm absolutely loving it. It's my first blockchain stroke cryptocurrency opportunity in the direct selling space. And boy, I am so super excited. Benefit number one, Mars Academy. We learn about blockchain and crypto. Benefit number two, daily profits. They take our money and they put it to work in the markets. With the 6-year history they've got, I'm more than happy for them to do that for me. And they return great profit share every single day. The third benefit, When they fund or when they launch new projects, they will alert us before the masses find out. We will get the opportunity to get in at 20 to 30% below market value and then materialize profits consistently over the coming years. If you love the idea of being a part of such a community, $300 gets you in. Anything above that is a bonus to you. So choose the level of membership that works for you. Everyone's in a different place. We get it. But 300 is the minimum. So do what you got to do to get yourself in. If $300 is a lot of money, it's not the money that's the problem. It's the vehicle that you are using to create money that is failing you. You're a human being. You are more powerful than $300, and you know that. So do what you got to do. Find your way in. Once you're in, if you're able to go higher, fine, that's your call. The company is committed to doubling the value of your membership through the powerful profit share system. How does that work? Well, they will work our money in the markets, market making, cryptocurrency mining, investing, etc. They do all that stuff. That's what they're brilliant at. And they take a long-term view. So when you move money from your bank into a membership, they don't just enjoy the benefits of that membership and drive Ferraris and do all of that, which a lot of times happens. No, they have a plan. So they put your money to work in the markets. They've already got all the big toys that they've ever wanted, right? So now they're working your money, and they promise that they are more than happy to return a minimum, and I love that, a minimum of 0.5% a day, 7 days a week. That's 15% a month. That's 200% in 400 days, a little over a year. So that means that if you bought a 300 membership, you'd get 600, 1,000 would be 2,000, and 10,000 would be 20,000. A 50,000 membership would be $100,000 back to you in a little over a year. Passive income daily. No monthly fees, no forced upgrades, no hidden gotchas, real simple. You join, you start earning. Very, very simple. They have a promotion running right now. It's imminently going to end. We don't know when. It will end when they've just been designing a new app that goes live very soon. It was supposed to go live on the 1st of September. They're just doing final testing, a little bit of extension. So we're just waiting for that. But anyone that gets in before the new app will get 3 times the value of their membership back, which means that 0.5% minimum per day could be more, but I'm always working on the minimum. That 0.5 per day will continue to pay until you've had 3 times the value of your membership back, which will take 20 months. How about that? Isn't that super beautiful? I love it. This is everyone wins. Everyone that joins the community wins. That's the incentive. So they're offering this to bring the bees to the honey, as they say, right? So they're attracting people to come in so that they get their job done. So I want to now talk a little bit about compounding, sidetracking a little bit, nothing to do with the company, but just a concept. And a lot of people that understand this get it anyway, but many people don't, surprisingly. Compounding is a very fascinating concept. Einstein said it was the 8th wonder of the world. Let me show you why. Let's say you started with a $10,000 package. Well, at 0.5% a day, you'd be making $50 a day every day. And linearly, you'd be making $2,000 a month, all right, at 20% per month. If you move that across to 12 months, that's $24,000 in a year. In my humble opinion, anyone that can turn 10,000 to 24,000 passively is smart, because now you've turned $10,000 spending power, if you like, to $24,000 spending power in a year. Smart. But what if you didn't have to spend that money? What if you didn't withdraw it? What if instead of withdrawing that money, you repurchased within the system? So now the 2,000 adds on top of the 10, which means that in month 2, there's 12,000 in the account that's earning 20%. It's 2,400. Month 3, there's 14,400 in the account earning 20%. That's 2,880. And month 4, there's 17,280 working for you at 20% a month. And that's my magical number right there, 3,456. Now imagine what that would be in a year of compounding. If it's already gone from 2,000 a month to 3,456 a month in 4 months, what would it be in a year? Well, $10,000 in 12 months at 20% a month would have turned to $100,000. Now, if you've never done this before, this is going to sound insane, and it might even freak some people out. So forget that. Ordinarily, you bought a membership and they'll double the value of money. Done. All right, the value of the membership. Currently, they triple it. But once you understand this and you understand what these guys are up to and how they can do this because of the space they're in, because of the tremendous growth curve and the profitability of this space, then literally this is the ticket that everybody, in my opinion, has been waiting for in this space. The ability to ride the wave with the right people at the right time and really profit massively in an insane speed. Again, more layers of credibility. This group has just got it all in place. They've been working so hard for the last 6 years, putting infrastructure in place. Look at this. They own their own bank, HyperBC, HyperBank. To that bank is attached HyperWallet, to which is attached HyperPay, a card, which you can use in any shop anywhere in the world to spend cryptocurrency as if it was cash. To my knowledge, this is the first wallet that where you put your BTC into the wallet, they give you 10% a year interest. You can put USDT into this wallet and earn 5.7% a year interest. That's right, they stake your cryptocurrency while it's sitting in the wallet. I've got currency sitting in all sorts of wallets out there that doesn't pay me anything. So of course I'm going to move my money from there to here and let that earn me money while it sits there, right? And then with the card, I've got access to it whenever I want. I can go to any shop anywhere in the world, buy myself some food, buy myself some jewelry or clothes or airline tickets or hotels or whatever I want. I zap, 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 spending cryptocurrency as if it was cash. And the other thing, I can go to ATMs and pull out cash as well, all of that great stuff, all the benefits of having a debit card. But the other thing that's really unique about this card, and again, for me, that just speaks volumes for the credibility again. This is the only card I know of in the world that has a limit of $50,000 a day for transactions. $50,000 of transactions per day on a crypto card. Unheard of in my world. May well exist, but I haven't found anything. So here they've just announced a special promotion as well. I'll tell you about that shortly. For anyone that buys a $1,000 package, you can get one of these Hypermate G secure hard wallets for free. Enjoy. Love it. So sexy, right? So if you want one of those for free, a good friend tells me that with postage and handling and all the rest of it, it costs around £200 to get that to the UK, $200, sorry, to get that into the UK. When you buy $1,000 membership here, you get one of these free if you're one of the first 300 to join. And this was just announced a couple of days ago. So if you join today, I'm pretty sure they haven't announced anything like it's run out yet. Then you're going to get a nice free present in the post as soon as you sign up. All right, so get that done. That's the end of part one of our presentation. I hope you've enjoyed it. Get the invite link from your friend if you love this and you want to be a part of this great community. They will send you a link. Takes all of 2 minutes to sign up, and then fund your account. And within 24 hours, you will enjoy daily passive profits. They're totally passive. You just join. There's no adverts to click, no trends to watch, no signals to follow, no charts to study, nothing. Really simple. You sign up, they put your money to work, and they pay a nice, handsome profit every day. Every single day, that money, the